Stan Gibilisco here. I'm up in my main level office, right next to the bedroom and the bathroom. I make a lot of my books on this particular computer right here. This is a Hewlett-Packard notebook computer. It has served me very well. I like that full-size keyboard because it's got the keypad on there. I like the display. That wallpaper that you see on these monitors is from Great Images in NASA. I forget exactly what this is, but I like that blood red moon. You know, the moon is going to look just like that here in the Black Hills of Dakota Territory tonight if we have clear sky, because we've been having haze. I'm not sure where that haze is coming from. Possibly fires out in further southwest. We've had warm and relatively dry weather. We just got done having a thunderstorm. Still the remnants hanging around, and it caused a power failure for a few minutes. Down there you see the lights with my modem and wireless router. And if you haven't heard the beeps yet, you will. Listen. Now, there, you hear that? Those beeps? This is an uninterruptible power supply. Now, I have expounded on this particular bit of technology in a few other videos. This particular one, I forget who makes it, but it's a very good one because when the power goes out, and right now I have switched the breaker off to simulate the power failure that we had for about a half an hour a little earlier in the day. Evidently, like I said, caused by lightning, probably hit a transformer and tripped the breaker or something. It shows the voltage that this thing is generating. It shows the battery status. That's that bar graph, that ascending bar graph there. 120. Looks like 120 degrees. Well, that's not true. It's only 104 in here right now. No, seriously. So this thing is running, and it's running. Now, it doesn't have to work very hard. It's about 1,000 volt ampere, or maybe 1,200 or 1,500 volt ampere thing, just running this little notebook computer and this monitor. Now, at the time that outage occurred, I was uploading a video to YouTube. And seeing as I had this wireless router and my modem connected to the UPS here in the main level office, uninterruptible power supply, and seeing as the iPad, which I'm also making this video on, was uploading that thing to YouTube, the thing just kept right on uploading. And moreover, I have another thing connected to the UPS. This thing keeps telling me I missed a call. Well, good. It was probably somebody I didn't want to talk to anyway. Ha ha. No, but seriously, probably one of those people trying to sell me something that I would want to buy, except that I don't. That thing, that's a cordless phone, and there are several other cordless phones in this nerd castle with little chargers. They sit in there, and you just plug them into the wall, and then you can pick them up. Now, if the power goes out, which it did, and which it is right now, artificially, on SPF, simulated power failure, this workstation is actually just continuing to function as normal. And because I have a grossly overrated UPS connected to this system, it'll probably run for quite some time. There was a video in QST, September, QST magazine, published by the American Radio Relay League for radio hams. Page 32 in the September issue describes a hack or a mod for uninterruptible power supplies that you can get them to run a lot longer. Well, one way to get them to run longer is to grossly underload them. So if you operate QRP, now I could turn off that external monitor and continue to operate this computer for some time yet, but I had the computer and the monitor off. All I had going was this little, see those lights down there, the modem and the wireless router, and this lamp which has an LED light bulb in it that only consumes 2.3 watts to produce the equivalent of a 25 watt incandescent bulb. So I've switched pretty much to all LEDs now in my house, Nerd Castle. Actually, I can run this printer if I had to, you know, if I was doing in the middle of a job or something. This thing would probably run for a good half hour with that computer off. And let's take a look now. I've still got to run it, and it had to do work for about a half an hour just a bit ago. And that battery indicator right there, you see it? Right up there at the bar graph, it still says there's plenty of juice left. So one way to get your UPS to last longer, well, be sure you keep the battery relatively fresh. They only last about 5 years max. And you don't necessarily have to do a hack or a mod, but I made some videos describing that process as I have done it down in my nerd cave. The thing I regret about that article in QST is I wish it had gone into a lot more detail. I wish the author had specified what kind of batteries and gone into a little bit more of the technical precautions that you need to take if you're going to do a mod on your UPS to get it to run longer. But this one's actually designed, it's operating well within its design parameters. It's like driving a Ferrari 5 miles an hour, huh? Anyway, that is the story. The rest of the house has power now. There's my good old living room. Now, if we get the epic winter that I'm fearful we might get, I may end up sleeping out here and running the wood stove in the basement, which will heat right through this floor. You know, I got a bunch of stains on that carpet. One way to get rid of carpet stains is just to cover them up with other carpet rugs. You know, I mean, heck. Why put another carpet down? It's just going to get stained again anyhow. This one I can just rip it up, throw it away, put down a new one easy. Oh well, you know, that's the bachelor life, that's the nerd life. And a little later on I'll have my nerd breakfast at 12:01 a.m. There's my, well, I've laid off the pink slime a little bit. It seems to create a bunch of greasy smoke that gets all through everything all over the house, including on my nerd apparatus down in the cave there and everywhere. So I'm going to have, I think, filet of sole and some smoked oysters for breakfast at 12:01 a.m. Talk about the nerd. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about the UPS there and how, you know, they're very good for keeping your cordless phone running. Here's another cordless phone. One of the other cordless phones right there next to whatever his name is, Rover. I was thinking, what would be a good name? Pipsqueak? Geez, I don't know. If I ever get a dog. There's the, now you see that thing, that's a cut-off black sock over that phone, so I can't see the light. I've turned the blinker off. Because, you know, I mean, like, you know, when I'm eating or something or I'm going to the bathroom, I do not want to have to answer to some stupid telemarketing company. And if you do it while I'm eating my slime or my fillet of sole or oysters, may the Lord have mercy upon you, for I shall have none. Stan Jabalisco, signing off from the Black Hills of Dakota Territory, United States of America.